Hey guys. So before we get into the show, I've recently lost a lot of weight due to Manjaro. And I realized it could be I've lost a whole class of jokes. You see, as a fat guy, I really enjoyed the joke of saying to a slightly fat guy, you're looking pretty chubby these days. Because the indignant look on their face, who are you to call me? What's going on over here? And I would be like, yeah, but listen, my clothes are tight and your clothes are tight. So we're in the same boat. Anyway, so I realized as somebody who's lost a lot of weight, I might not be able to make that joke anymore. And then I realized, well, that's kind of weird. There's a word that some people could use and not others. Wouldn't that be really strange if there was a word that some people could say anytime they wanted, but other people could never say it? Wouldn't that be a little racist? All right, let's get into the show. So Trump's been going on at Jerome Powell to lower rates. He says that everyone else has lowered rates. We should be lowering rates too. And I wanted to weigh in this a little bit. I don't like the Federal Reserve at all. It's a very weird thing. Federal Reserve is independent of the government in many ways. It was set up under FDR to save the banking. Sorry, I think a little before FDR to save the banking crisis. So the Fed was founded in 1913. There was a crisis then, and the Fed was created to do better. The crash of '29 probably didn't. I think the Fed, by its by the way it influences the economy, is not really market principles. Why should this private organization be allowed to be able to set the price of money, and then the most connected people be able to lend from them? I think the market should set the price of money. Obviously, according to me, if I would get my way, interest rates would be a lot higher, but then inflation would be a lot lower. What happens now is this government is the Fed is officially independent of the government, but they're not. And then they're appointed by the government. It's a very strange thing. They're not audited. They don't open their books. I don't understand why we have the system. And I just say, like other libertarians on this one, end the Fed. I wanted to take a little time to talk a little bit about AI, my take on it. So I'm a software engineer. I also use AI for a lot of content creation, just mostly a hobbyist. And I use it to do some writing, editing. So my position is, in general, that it's a miracle. It's just a miracle. People that me were not good at doing paperwork or writing contracts or writing out tasks in clear way for other people to read. You can take your thoughts into ideas, and certain tasks are not creative. You make a list of chores to do, make a to-do list out of a sentence. That's fine for a computer to do. I think if somebody's having AI do all their creative work, then they're lazy, but they were probably lazy before. I think what it's made us question is, what is the interesting work? What is the work that's unique? What is the part that's creative? Because AI is really not good at being creative. And what is the parts that are just by rote? And I think there are some skills, let's say radiologists we're going to find are going to be, even though there was a skill that had to be honed, but that's a skill easily repeatable and that a computer will be able to learn how to do. And all that will mean is that the type of skills that humanity will stick to are the ones that make us more fulfilled in the first place. And what I've noticed with AI, and I've been using AI in all my tasks for a few years now. I was an early adopter of GitHub Copilot and it keeps on getting better at what it's good at, and it doesn't appear to be get better at what it's not good at. So it doesn't really understand business logic. It doesn't understand big architecture questions. It doesn't understand certain trade-offs that are not purely technical. And the purely technical questions hey, how do I upload an image to Amazon? That's just documentation. That's just function names. That wasn't interesting. And things let's say I've been generating movies. They can be found on the Walter Shub Show on YouTube. Just little parody videos. And those videos would have cost thousands to make. But now they can be made with some time just, coming up with ideas and then generating images and then turning those into videos. And so AI is a miracle. It's amazing. it's what we dreamed of. It's the ability to like have our ideas. Sometimes you like need to see an idea of yours to know that it's bad or that it's good. And the fact that we can prototype and iterate, it's beautiful. AI is not going to make us poorer. This is always around people. People that with a complete lack of imagination. It's always amazing to me that you have people that look at. There are some people that, and usually politicians are these type of people, who will look at the world and progress and see like, oh, this is going to make someone lose a job, instead of like looking at AI and like, wow, we've democratized content creation. Wow, we've made the ability for people to make small, tiny softwares much easier. Wow, we've automated like dumb tests. Wow, you don't have to be an Excel expert to work on a spreadsheet. Just generate a table out of an idea. Isn't that amazing? Thank God we're living in the future. And the idea that something that would make us poorer is crazy. It's exactly the same. I'm sure there was a loser when they got rid of the steam engine that was like, well, the fact that there's not a human being shoveling coal in the back of this train, that's for sure going to make us poor. I'm sure there's some guy wanting to regulate regulate that you have to keep the steam engine. I don't know. I'm making that up, but there's certainly you see that in the United States ports. They're trying to avoid automation like the plague. Why? Let's just move on. And on that point, people talk about like ethical AI. Between me and you, nobody's going to follow ethics. This is humanity over here. We figured out how to self-load a gun. There could have been a lot of uses for that sort of like technology, and we used it to to shoot people by the millions in World War I. So we're gonna invent stuff that we use. We've dropped nuclear bombs before. Hopefully that was the last time. But we are going to use things that we invent. And no one's going to be ethical with AI. What's going to happen is the best cases are going to come out. And we're here for the ride. It's a fun ride. And, let's just learn these tools. It's a superpower. It's amazing what you can do now. And so here's to humanity. The book Dune had a phrase, the sci-fi book, the mind of man is holy. And I think that's very applicable now. I think that more and more what AI will show us is what's really special about the human brain. What is beautiful about the human brain? What is creative about the human brain? AI cannot create Picasso. There's no AI that can. Yeah, sure, AI can copy Picasso, but that doesn't mean that Picasso wasn't Picasso. And the fact that there'll be more people creating and more people coming on this, we just see the beauty that's in everyone's heart, and that's what. And lazy people will be lazy people. But the type of people that copied content before will be copying it again with AI, and it won't be interesting and it won't be compelling. Anyway, cheers to humanity. That'll do it for today, guys. Till next week.